Well, hey guys, how you doing today? For once I actually slept. I don't really sleep at night because of the horror show that is all of this. It gets infused into my brain. But last night, I actually had a beautiful sleep. So here I am in the early morning going for my usual walk through the local graveyard, and I think today I want to talk about something fun. I could talk about the CRTC's abysmal decision to enrich the Robellis conglomerate and the liberals' inability to actually confront capital. Or I could talk about Doug Ford's desire to evoke the notwithstanding clause in a subversion of democratic norms, as he's using it to obviously suppress political opposition and increase his chances for being elected. But you know what I want to talk about today? I want to talk about aliens. So the Pentagon, throughout this period of time, as we're all like embedded in this pandemic and the world is falling apart and capitalism is revealing itself to be this sociopathic nightmare and the world is falling into total despair, the Pentagon goes ahead and releases videos and confirms sightings of UFOs. And the general response from the populace has been, oh god, okay, fine, aliens, fine, here they are, aliens exist, they're looking at us at the very least, fine, whatever, we gotta deal with this pandemic. Good timing by the Pentagon, if you ask me. Interesting that they're revealing this stuff right when the populace is least equipped to handle it. But yeah, what can you do? So before we get into this, lots of people pop out of these videos around this time. Please be sure to like, please be sure to share, please be sure to subscribe. Leave a comment, leave a thing. If you want to throw a couple bucks my way, I live stream 6 to 9 p.m. every weekday, and also I have a podcast with JB Burrows, socialistaction.ca. That's all in the description. You guys can take a look if you like. So what the heck is up with these aliens? Like, why would an alien even bother looking at us? Why would they give a crap about us at all? Like, if you're a highly advanced species, right, capable of interstellar flight, you've obviously come from a society that can sustain and build these spacecraft and man them and all of this. Well, what the heck are they doing here? Why do they care? So you have like lovable oafs like Joe Rogan who answer this question by saying, oh, well, it's like anthropomorphic study, right? Like they're looking at us like we're a zoo. It's for their entertainment. And that kind of has like a quaint sort of folksiness about it. Like when George W. Bush said that the Islamic countries hate us for our freedoms, and everybody was like, oh, that seems right. Yeah, just kind of like gullibly ate that up when, we were bombing them. And it's a really kind of convenient position to take because it makes us the center of attention. It treats us as though we are worthy of inspection by these godlike interstellar creatures, right? Well, so I don't really buy into this idea that aliens are watching us because they, the way that we might watch a zoo or something like this for scientific inquiry. I think very specifically, if I'm aliens, I'm taking a look at Earth and what's been going on and asking the question, are these Earthlings a threat to us? Should we maybe take a look at what they're doing to each other and their environment and be cautious, let's say, about what might happen should they begin to engage in spaceflight and begin to join the galactic community? And if I'm an alien, I'm going to start asking really clear and clean questions. Like, are these humans going to attempt to destroy us? Are these humans going to attempt to invade us and colonize us and steal our resources and destroy everything around them? And honestly, these are fair questions to ask. Professor Noam Chomsky has actually posited this sort of question before. What about how would aliens view the human race? That what we do is constantly and consistently invade other lands, destroy them, steal their resources, and then we've engaged in this process of our own self-destruction through the consumption of fossil fuels. And he says any alien species would look at us and think we're absolutely insane for doing this. And the concern from them, in my view, must be, are they going to bring this to our doorstep, right? And should these aliens exist, like, we have to know that these aliens are peaceful. And how do we know that's the case? Because if they're capable of if they have the technology that they must have to be able to do what they're already doing, and they were hostile, we'd already be done, right? They could just remove our atmosphere, we'd be over, right? Like, it's completely finished. And so they're looking at us, and right now they must be wondering, are these humans going to get it figured out? Are we going to figure out that going around destroying one another, destroying entire civilizations, harvesting their resources and enslaving one another isn't effective? And honestly, I think the only thing that's actually saving us at this stage in the game is that there's sections of humanity that are actually interested in building up the society, that are actually interested in using their technological advantages and using their research and using their collective power in order to build things. For example, China has built the world's first fusion reactor. It's also built the Belt and Road Initiative, a high-speed rail system that has gone throughout Russia and Europe and through sections of the Middle East and also into Africa. If an alien was taking a look at us, which part of humanity do you think they would actually be interested in moving forward with and interested in working with? Do you think it would be the sections of humanity where the son of an apartheid emerald miner is attempting to colonize Mars with indentured servants? Or do you think it would be the section of humanity that's attempting to use the collective force of its own people in order to explore and investigate the world in which they live in the first place? It's a real head scratcher, eh? It's a real head scratcher. And there is definitely a little part of me at this stage in the game that if aliens were, for whatever reason, to actually land on Earth and introduce themselves and say, we're here to take over, there's definitely a little part of me that would go, oh, thank God. Let's just let these aliens run the show. Our own leadership has proven itself to be, what would be the word that I would use? Sociopathic? So, I don't know. Let's let the aliens be our overlords for a little while. I'm only half serious about that, you guys. I don't think that aliens should take over. And honestly, I don't think the aliens would be that interested in taking over either. We're a fickle, rapacious, stuck in the ways kind of group of people. Can you imagine aliens dealing with the anti-masker crowd? the exasperation alone. The exasperation alone. And so the question does become, like, are we going to even make the attempt to become a peaceful society? Are we even going to make the attempt to get into space and join any intergalactic community that exists there, with humility, with the desire to grow and to learn? Or are we just gonna keep acting like the warlord species that we are, where we're just going around smashing up the place and destroying it? I think if we continue in that way, any alien species is just going to be like, well, we got to pull the plug on this. We got to pull the plug on this, right? Can't let these guys nuke our planets, right? They can nuke their own planet, but we're not going to let them nuke ours. Well, this is going to be the end of this video, I suppose. I've been dedicating more time to that live stream. Again, 6 to 9 every single weekday. Please come. Please have a listen. We talk about all nature of things. The chat is beautiful and wonderful. If you're feeling isolated, if you're feeling alone, it's a good place to be. It's a good place to spend a little bit of time. It certainly brightens my mood to come in solidarity with other people who are feeling abandoned by this capitalist system that we exist in. Again, like, share, subscribe, right? Throw a couple bucks my way if you've got some loose change in your pockets. And these capitalists, these billionaires, they spend billions and billions of dollars to gaslight us. They spend billions and billions of dollars to convince us that we are less than what we are, to denigrate us and to make us feel guilty about wanting to live in a better society than the society we currently live in. We shouldn't let them. We shouldn't take them seriously. We shouldn't listen to them. You are a divine being, living in divine energy. We can't forget that, and boy howdy could we use some of it right now. All right, guys. Good luck. We're gonna need it.